When was the last time that you were okay? Was it today? Yesterday? Last week? Better yet, when was the last time that you felt hope? You know, that optimistic state of being when you know things are going to be just fine? See, far too often we find ourselves in these dark spaces of life without a flashlight. You know, those dark spaces full of pain and anguish. See, I can remember a time where I felt down and out. We were facing another winter with no heat. You know, those winters when you had to boil water just to bathe without catching pneumonia. See, I can remember walking through the hallways, seeing door frames covered with blankets so we could keep what heat we had trapped in the right spaces. I can remember speaking out loud about my problems and a man telling me that poverty was relative. See, I didn't know what he meant, but I knew that my poverty was absolute and I already had enough relatives. See, later I found that relative poverty meant that I couldn't keep up with the standards of those around me. You know, I couldn't keep up with the Joneses. See, but absolute poverty meant that I couldn't meet the basic needs of living, you know, food, shelter, hot water. See, but nevertheless, as I adorned the dinner table later that evening, greeted by what we had left to make a meal, pancake batter and pink cake icing, no sausage, no eggs, not even the syrup it took to cover those pancakes, and all I could think was absolute. I was absolute that I would be better than my circumstance. I was absolute that I would not cede to poverty. I was absolute that I would never lose infinite hope. See, Dr. King said that we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. See, I know a thing or two about pain and anguish, poverty and darkness, but better yet, I know about desire and hope, optimism and light. See, it is the times after the darkness that we remember most vividly. I can remember feeling my sorrows fall to the ground beneath my feet. I can remember feeling my shoulders becoming lighter than the burdens they had carried. But mostly, I remember my eyes. My eyes, once full of haze, began to clear. And I couldn't tell you if it was because I had wiped my final tear, or if the sun began to shine as I crept out of that dark space, but I could see again. And I could see that all the people that loved me were right there, awaiting my return. I had beaten this depression and taken my life back, and it felt amazing. So when I ask you, when was the last time that you felt hope? I am asking if you have decided to fight the toughest fight of your life yet. I am asking if you have decided to accept this finite disappointment for what it is. I am asking if you have decided to embrace an infinite hope with me. And to all these things, I am hoping that your answer is yes.